Hello class, it is Gregory, and this is my science video chemical change experiment. The ingredients and tools and materials required for this is 2 ounces of hydrogen peroxide, a teaspoon of traditional yeast, a bowl, a spoon, and a thermometer. I'm also going to be using this Spider-Man notebook to be taking notes of the temperature as we go. So how my experiment works is I'm going to see if I can create heat or change the temperature by causing a chemical reaction. So I'm going to get my safety goggles on because safety is #1 priority. Let's begin. So I'm going to take my 2 ounces of hydrogen peroxide and pour it into the bowl. I'm now going to let it sit for a couple of seconds just so that it's ready. And then I'm going to put this thermometer in. I'm using a beef or meat thermometer because we tried many different thermometers, but this was the only one that worked. Okay, so now I'm going to put this into the bowl. And I'm going to let it settle at temperature. Okay, so it's settled at 24 degrees Celsius, which is about room temperature. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to open up my notebook. And I'm going to write down 24 degrees Celsius was the temperature of the hydrogen peroxide on itself. Okay, and now I'm going to take my 1 teaspoon of yeast. And I am going to set a stopwatch on my dad's phone so I can time it for a minute so I can let the yeast settle. It's all ready. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm going to start the timer. You see, it's starting to bubble up, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. I'm now going to stir it around a tiny bit. Okay, and now I'm going to let it set for a couple minutes. I mean, just 1 minute. So look, it's bubbling up. It's becoming very foamy. There's bubbles everywhere. The bubbles just keep getting bigger and bigger. This is very cool. It's very interesting to see it kind of rises up and kind of chills back down. And I think it's now ready for me to put in the thermometer. So before it was 24 degrees Celsius. Let's see what it is now. Okay. It's jumping all over the place. It is 39. It's 38.4 degrees Celsius. So that's amazing. I'm going to feel it. It's actually really warm. Almost as warm as like a hot chocolate or something. So that is really cool. How it went from room temperature, 24 degrees, all the way to 38 degrees Celsius. So what we have figured out is the yeast caused the hydrogen peroxide to turn from liquid to gas much faster, and in that process, it also created heat. I'm so glad this experiment went so well. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned more about chemical reactions, and I hope this experiment taught you something new. Thank you.